You think trading is easy. Buy low, sell high. That's it, right? Wrong. The market doesn't care what you think. It doesn't care how smart you are or how badly you want to make money. It only rewards discipline and punishes everyone else. Today is your first day as a day trader. Your desk is simple. One laptop, two monitors, a notebook, coffee, a trading platform you've only used on a demo account. The opening bell rings. Your heart races. Numbers explode across the screen. Green, red, green again. Every second, thousands of dollars change hands. This isn't investing. This is war. You promised yourself one thing. No emotional trades. Only the plan. 5 minutes later, you break your own rule. A stock jumps 6%. Social media says it's going to the moon. You don't want to miss out. You buy? The price instantly drops. Minus $200. Your palms sweat. It'll come back. Minus $500. It has to bounce. Minus $900. You finally sell. The stock immediately recovers. Welcome to your first lesson. The market punishes hope, not just bad decisions. Hope. You close your laptop. You've been trading for 20 minutes. You're already exhausted. Tomorrow, you start again. Level 2. The language of the market. You realize something. Charts aren't random. They're a language. Every candle tells a story. Every spike represents fear. Every crash, someone hitting the panic button. Every rally, someone believing tomorrow will be better. You spend weeks studying support, resistance, volume, trend lines, risk management. You stop chasing YouTube gurus promising easy money. You stop believing screenshots showing million-dollar profits because nobody posts their losses. Then you discover the statistic. Nearly 90% of active traders lose money, not because they're unlucky, because they're impatient. You begin paper trading. No real money, only practice. You treat every fake dollar like it's real. You record everything. Why you entered, why you exited, what you felt. Patterns begin to appear, not in the market, in yourself. You revenge trade after losses. You become greedy after wins. You hesitate after mistakes. The biggest enemy isn't volatility. It's your emotions. One afternoon, everything clicks. A stock pulls back to support. Volume increases. Your setup appears. You enter. You stick to your stop loss. You follow your target. No guessing. No panic. Profit. Only $180. But it feels like $1 million. Not because of the money. Because you finally followed your plan. Level 3. The opening bell. Months pass. Your savings become your trading account. Every dollar now matters. Your alarm rings at 5:30 a.m. Coffee. News. Economic calendar. Company earnings. Global markets. You don't just trade stocks anymore. You study the world. One speech by a central bank governor can move billions. One unexpected headline can erase years of gains. The market opens. Today feels different. A major tech company reports earnings. Everyone is watching. Volatility explodes. Prices swing wildly. Hundreds of dollars. In seconds. You wait. Patience. The first move is chaos. Professionals know this. Amateurs chase it. You let the storm pass. Then your setup appears. Clear. Simple. High probability. You enter. The trade works instantly. Plus $400. You don't celebrate. The next trade loses $250. You don't panic. Then, another winner. Plus $600. Another loser. Minus $180. By noon, you're up. Not because every trade won. Because every loss was controlled. That's the difference. Beginners try to be right. Professionals try to survive. As the closing bell rings, you look around your room. Nothing has changed. Same desk. Same monitors. Same coffee cup. But you've changed. You're beginning to understand something most people never do. The goal isn't to predict the market. It's to manage risk better than everyone else. Tomorrow, the real test begins. Level 4. The losing streak. Success is dangerous. Not because it lasts. Because it convinces you. You're unstoppable. 3 profitable weeks. Your confidence grows. You increase your position size. Just a little. Then, the market changes. Your first trade loses. No problem. Your second trade loses. Still manageable. Your third never reaches your target. Another loss. You stare at the screen. What changed? The answer. Everything. Markets evolve. Strategies stop working. Momentum disappears. Fear replaces greed. You tell yourself one more trade. Just one. You double your position. The stock moves against you. Fast. Your stop loss is close. You hesitate. It'll bounce. It doesn't. You move your stop lower. It has to recover. It doesn't. Within minutes. An entire week's profit. Gone. Silence. No flashing lights. No dramatic music. Just a number. Negative. You finally understand. One bad decision can erase 50 good ones. That night, you don't open another chart. You open your journal. You don't blame the market. You blame the moment. You abandoned your rules. Level 5, the professional mindset. The next morning, you trade smaller. Much smaller. Not because you're scared, because you're rebuilding trust. Professional traders don't chase losses. They protect capital. Capital is ammunition. Without it, the game is over. You create new rules. Maximum daily loss. Maximum number of trades. Mandatory breaks. No exceptions. You tape them beside your monitor. Today, the market is moving fast. Everyone online is screaming. Buy now. This stock is exploding. You watch. You do. Nothing. Minutes later, the stock crashes. The same people promising riches disappear. You smile. Sometimes, the best trade is no trade. Hours pass. Finally, your setup appears. No hype. No headlines. Just probability. You enter. Risk is defined. Emotion is controlled. Profit comes slowly. Not exciting. Not viral. Just consistent. For the first time, trading feels boring. And that's exactly what you wanted. Because professionals don't seek adrenaline. They seek consistency. Level 6, the crash. Then comes the day nobody expected. Breaking news. Economic fears. Markets around the world turn red. Panic spreads instantly. Stocks collapse. 5%, 8%, 10%. News anchors call it historic. Social media erupts. Some traders freeze. Others gamble everything. You remember your training. Don't predict. React. You reduce your position size. Volatility is dangerous. One wrong move can wipe out months of progress. The market swings violently. Up, down, up again. Every candle feels like an earthquake. Then, a familiar pattern appears. Fear has become extreme. Volume surges. The selling begins to slow. You don't guess. You wait. Confirmation. There it is. You enter carefully. The rebound begins. Not explosive. Steady. Disciplined. You exit exactly where your plan says. No greed. No regret. As the market closes, you aren't celebrating. Thousands of traders lost fortunes today. Some quit forever. You survived. Not because you were smarter. Because you respected risk. When everyone else ignored it, you finally realize. The greatest traders aren't remembered for how much they made. They're remembered because they stayed in the game. Level 7, the psychology game. You thought trading was about charts. It isn't. It's about decisions. Every click reveals who you are. Can you stay patient when nothing is happening? Can you accept being wrong without taking it personally? Can you walk away after a winning streak? Most can't. You begin studying psychology, not because you're curious, because your account depends on it. You learn about confirmation bias, seeing only what you want to see, loss aversion, holding losers longer than winners, overconfidence, believing a few lucky trades make you invincible. You start recognizing these traps, not in other traders, in yourself. One afternoon, a perfect setup appears. Everything aligns. You take the trade. Seconds later, it hits your stop loss. You don't flinch. The trade was correct. The outcome wasn't. There's a difference. That's when you understand. A good trader can lose money. A bad trader can make money. Only one survives long enough to prove the difference. Level 8, thinking like the market. The market doesn't know your name. It doesn't know your goals. It doesn't care about your rent or your dreams. It only reflects one thing: human behavior. Millions of people making millions of decisions at the exact same time. Fear, greed, hope, regret. Repeat. You stop asking, what will the market do? You start asking, what are people likely to do? Before earnings, excitement grows. After earnings, reality arrives. Before major news, uncertainty builds. After the announcement, volatility explodes. Patterns emerge. Not because history repeats perfectly, because people do. You begin reading less, watching more. The chart becomes your translator. Every candle, a conversation. Every breakout, a battle won. Every reversal, a trap revealed. You're no longer reacting. You're anticipating, not predicting, preparing. There's a huge difference. And that difference keeps you alive. Level 9, the full-time decision. Months become years. Your consistency improves. Losses still happen, but disasters don't. Friends begin asking questions. Can you teach me? What's the next stock? How much did you make today? They only see the profits. They never see the thousands of hours studying, the weekends reviewing charts, the nights questioning yourself, or the discipline to do nothing. Then comes the decision. Your regular job, or trading full-time. It's tempting. Freedom. No boss. No meetings. Just you and the market. But you know better. Trading isn't guaranteed income. Some months are incredible. Others barely break even. You calculate every expense. Build an emergency fund. Create multiple income streams. Only then do you take the leap. Your office doesn't change. The pressure does. Every trade now matters. Because this isn't extra income anymore. This is your livelihood. Oddly enough, you become even more disciplined. Because survival leaves no room for ego. Level 10, the real win. Years later, you're still here. Not because you won every trade. Because you survived every lesson. You no longer chase jackpots. You chase consistency. You don't celebrate winning days or mourn losing ones. You simply execute the plan. Again and again and again. One morning, you open your journal. You read your very first entry. Made an emotional trade. I ignored my stop loss. I thought I knew better. You smile. That trader feels like a stranger. The market never became easier. You became better. You learned that success isn't about predicting tomorrow. It's about preparing for every possibility. You learned that risk isn't something to fear. It's something to manage. You learned that wealth isn't built by one lucky trade. It's built one disciplined decision at a time. The closing bell rings. The charts stop moving. The room falls silent. Tomorrow, the market will open again. It will test your patience, your discipline, your emotions, just as it always has. And you'll be ready. Because becoming a day trader was never about beating the market. It was about mastering yourself. The market was always the classroom. You were always the lesson.